Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sword and Key. Today we are playing Call of Cathulhu, The Tangled Yarn. Um, this is Sword and Key's October Halloween stream, charity stream, and we are raising for NAMI. Let's see. NAMI is the International Alliance on Mental Illness. It's dedicated to advocacy, helping those affected by mental illness, and providing a helpline. We are raising money today, and your donations can help the cats in this game. For $5, Sneak a Treat will gain one of our cats an advantage on a roll. $10, a Summit Nap will allow one of our cats to heal some HP, get a quick reprieve from whatever's happening. For $15, the cat shoulder will help one of our cats ignore a sentience roll, which is this game's version of sanity. And $25 will provide a helpful hand in which a human or a can opener will step in to help our cats in this situation. Already we have raised $175, and at the $200 goal, we will give away a $20 gift card to Friday 2. So with that, I am your GM for the game. I am Wilde, he, they pronouns, and I'm going to go around and introduce our players. Let's start with Ashley.
Hello, I'm so pleased to be here. My name is Ashley J. Johnson. I'm an audiobook narrator and a big time cat lover.
Now, who are you playing, Ashley?
I am playing Shelley.
Wonderful. And let's go to Steve.
Hi, I'm Steve. I play all over Twitch and YouTube. Do some behind the scenes work on actual play channels as well. And I have, for the record, been known to narrate some audiobooks of my own in the past. So awesome. But this evening I'm playing a furry little cat with sharp little fangs named Nospuuratu.
Wonderful. Yuri.
Hello, everyone. My name is Yuri, pronouns she, they. You guys can go ahead and find me everywhere on the internet at Yuri and the Beast. I am the marketing manager for Tabletop Tale Spinners, where we focus on diversity without tokenism. And today I am going to be playing little white and gray scrappy girl called Furriosa.
And Jess.
Heyo, I'm Jess Floom. You can find me at Jess Bubbles online. I'm a voice actor and musician. I am the voice narrator of the dorm room cat girl. And today I'm playing the perfect feline, the Persian Meowlin Monroe.
All right. So let's get things started. As usual, all of you all are cats, and cats sleep a lot. You initially find yourself sleeping, doing your usual sleeping things, your normal dreaming. Furriosa, what would you normally be seeing, or what is something you would be seeing when you're sleeping?
Seeing. I think that in their mind, even in their sleep, they're already planning out like their next little adventure. They were going around the neighborhood and probably they find something good to eat that runs away. And so they're just going around chasing them down and having some good fun.
Wonderful. How about Meowlin? What do you dream about?
meowing dreams of being on stage, the grandest theater there is in the world, from Italy to France, the spotlight on her, and just the crowds of can openers, two legs, and other felines just watch in awe as she does her signature belly roll.
Vlad or Nospuuratu.
I think I'm dreaming about playing with one of my new humans. I've just been adopted into the neighborhood. So I'm running around in the moonlight and having a good time with the little girl of the family named Mina, who is sadly in the real world ill, but is quite healthy here in Dream.
And Shelley.
I am in an endless stack of books, and a book opens before me, and emerging from it are all of the great thinkers of history, both two-legged and feline, and I am in the greatest symposium of historic minds imaginable.
Wonderful. Oh, while you're all dreaming this, suddenly, unusually, you all kind of hear a voice just be like, fix the time. It trails off before you all wake up. So, Shelley, what's your normal day like?
Well, I spend a lot of it sleeping amongst the books. I live in the Of Many Worlds bookstore with my can opener, Charlotte. She'll open the bookstore around 9 a.m. and other two legs come in and browse the books and usually give me a wide enough berth. They know better than to try to pick up any book that I have decided is my napping bed for the time, but I do find it interesting to watch the people go about their business, talk about their books, and read a few pages here and there when I get the chance. And this is what I do for most of the hours until the shop closes.
Well, as you wake up, one of these canopers that has come in to peruse the store, you are sort of jolted awake because they kind of nudged one of the side tables, and one of the heavy books kind of just falls off with a loud no. The kind of, as you tend to know, they look around, making sure everything's fine, making sure that the priced books are fine. Nothing seems out of the ordinary. Everything goes back to quiet as usual. But in that moment, the front door has been left open.
I sniff the air and hop down from my table. She won't know I'm gone. And slip out the front door for a stroll.
Nospuuratu. What is your day like when you wake up?
That's a great deal to assume that I actually wake up during the daytime, very uncat-like, but I'm usually snoozing through the afternoon. So it's probably early evening when I would be actually waking up and stirring. I've been sleeping on the edge of Mina's bed, where she's trying to sleep, trying not to keep herself awake, coughing. I can take a look and stroll over and hop up in the window and take a look. Nospuuratu is all black, void of darkness, if you like, house panther if you prefer. Red collar, a little bit of a stand-up, bit of red in the back, with a shiny little tag attached to the collar. And I think the window's open, but there's the screen, and I'm kind of sniffing the evening air, seeing if anything interesting is going on in this unaccustomed neighborhood.
Right. Yes, your new owners are also new to having a cat,
A point of order, my new staff. Cats own humans. It is not the other way around.
It's your new staff. Your can openers, the ones who provide that service for you. They are not used to sealing up your domain, as usual, to prevent things from coming in. So the window is wide open, and at the moment, there's no one in the room to look over you.
Yeah, I think I take a moment, think about the layout of the house. I'm getting the feeling of it, There's the little baby gate at the top of the stairs, and there's usually another open window downstairs. And I think about that for a moment. Look back over at Mina. She's still sleeping. We look back at the window, and I'm gone. We look out the window, and I'm sitting underneath a tree. We haven't talked about tricks yet, but one of mine is, if there is a clear path to get where I want to go, I'm just there as long as no one's watching.
Right. Now, how do you wake up?
My day begins with the symphonic sound of that can of Royal Canin digestive care and tuna cracking open. At 7 a.m., my can opener presents me, and I will indulge, of course, before I have, is this a show day or not a show day? I'll assume it's not a show day. And I will spend my time from my several towers throughout my castle, and I will occasionally glance at the window. My can opener Louise will put some offerings, some seeds for the bird theater that goes outside the window. So I'll spend a lot of time there before my 7 p.m. dinner time. And my can opener will brush my pearly whites and groom my gorgeous fur before I will settle by the fire for the remainder of the evening.
Are your can openers the type to take you outside for walks, where would they escort you for like the exercise, or do you predominantly stay inside?
And muddy up this beautiful fur of mine, I wouldn't step a paw in that dirty outside. No. I will stay in my castle just fine. I mean, of course, they do have my royal carriage. They can bring me from show to show, or to the doctors, or what have you. But I wouldn't step foot outside, no.
Okay. Well, today just happens to be one of those days where you would indeed need to go see the doctor. So into the royal carriage you go, and out the front door.
A routine check, I'm sure.
Mm.
It's a part of being as glam as I am. This is no problem.
They drive you not far. Everything is fairly close. They escort you in your royal carriage. And once inside, they allow you to roam free. Once in the offices of the medical practitioners, they take their eyes off of you. It's up to you whether you would escape through a door or not, or just hold your ground.
Well, I'll let them do their business. I don't mind. What's on the walls? I've read these posters 1,000 times. Oh, maybe some of these cute magazines I could look through.
Of course. Furriosa. How do you wake up?
I probably found my way to a roof of some kind. I like roofs, looking down over the whole neighborhood and seeing what goes on. And after a nice sunbathing and stretching, make my way down from the roof into an alley and walk around as some of the other alley cats, they know me and they know to stay a good amount of distance between us. I will ask for news. They give me nothing interesting. I move on.
Actually, something interesting has been going on in the news. Some of them are saying they're staying away from the center for a bit. Some of them are sort of leaving town for a while, and they feel ill at ease. Not everyone, but some of them are starting to venture out.
It's probably some of the ones that haven't been on the streets long enough. They get very skittish very quickly, don't know how to stand their ground.
Of course. So, would anybody have ventured into town?
Well,
of those who are
being
outside?
in the bookstore, I think that the bookstore sort of sits within the main street, the sort of main shopping thoroughfare of the neighborhood. So slipping outside of the bookstore, I think I might find myself on the pedestrian road.
What do you look for on the road? Do you just...
I think that when I go out, it's mostly in search of socialization. I get plenty of socialization with the two legs when I'm in the bookstore, but if I want to go converse with the other felines, I would have to venture outside the confines of the shop. So I would just be looking around to see if I can find anyone that I know.
Would anyone... Let's see. You're within the city, right? Furious? Within the town?
Yes.
Yes. So you and Shelley would most likely have met up or seen each other at this point. Would you greet them, or are you unsure of that?
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty normal for Furriosa and Shelley to converse, because she makes her way around the town. She always likes to know what's going on, and Shelley spends so much time with the humans, so it's a way for her to get information about the goings on as well. So yeah, she would have definitely just greeted them and asked them if they've heard anything, if the humans have been talking about anything weird going on.
Would I have heard of anything, or has the news been mostly ordinary?
From the bookshop, you wouldn't have heard anything much from the can openers. You might have read from the newspaper, one of those daily papers that comes for the can openers. That this is like one of those village digests that someone's cat is either missing or was presumed either taken by possibly a coyote or something, not sure. Still one of those things that happens. It worries the can openers, especially for the ones that don't take care of their works.
Well, my dear, the can openers are talking of a house cat. Of course, it's always a house cat. Seems to have disappeared. They're fearing one of the wilder of the four-legged creatures, but, well, as Bertrand Russell said, fear is the main source of superstition and one of the main sources of cruelty. So don't be surprised if some alarm breaks out among the other felines.
Yes, I heard that some of the kittens are getting a little uncomfortable. Some of our new members of our community out here on the streets are leaving. And that makes sense. It's always the younger ones that get too skittish and scared. They've probably heard the news as well. I don't think if it was a house cat, honestly, anything could have happened to them. They don't know how to defend themselves.
Well, one must speak for one's self, but growing skittish, running away, I suppose that is the life of the vagrant cat.
Except I don't run away. And
No.
what do you think about the news then? A fox coyote, a catnapper, perhaps.
A catnapper, now that would be scandalous. Oh, like as not, just some little kitten wandered out of a window and met the wrong end of a raccoon.
Either that or they're just stuck or lost somewhere and the humans have given up entirely too quickly, as they do.
Well, one can only hope it finds its way home.
Yes, I suppose I will keep an ear out.
Is that the only news of the neighborhood?
The only interesting ones, I suppose. And everything else right now seems just about the same, at least in my end of the street.
Well, do tell me if you hear anything new.
Nospuuratu, do you stick by your tree or do you venture into the town?
Like I say, I am new here, so I'm a little bit not scared, certainly not. but a little bit cautious. But I'm also curious about this new place that I've found myself living, and looking for something that would feel familiar. So perhaps one of those lovely places with all the stones in nice neat rows. Tend to be like behind churches and such.
Yes. Well, as you head in that direction, from your tree, let's see, you are a cat acrobat. You notice right before it impacts an apple falling from the tree, and you're, being the swift, agile cat you are, able to quickly just dodge out the way.
Oh yeah. I do take a moment and look up and make sure that squirrels aren't getting hostile or anything. Sometimes apples fall, sometimes they're thrown.
So far, just the usual. You don't see the squirrel that you can normally see outside the window. Not this time. Yeah, you can head to your fancy stones.
I take a moment and growl with the apple first, just to let it know who's boss, and and continue to go find the stones. Yeah.
Meowlin, as you're perusing the writings and the posters within the medical office, awaiting your usual glamour shots, you do notice two cats outside conversing.
Outside the window. And these two legs are gonna take forever. I kind of look over to see who could it be. Who's the local gossip? And well, I'm in the room by myself. They're not gonna notice me, but I want to give my biggest yowl. Maybe I can catch their attention. They can entertain me while I wait for the doc.
Let's see, Shelley and Furriosa, could you give me a spot roll?
Sure. Let's see. It looks like I did not succeed.
Furriosa?
Yeah. 91. I don't know if that succeeds or not.
No.
I don't know how that works.
The higher the roll, the worse the roll.
Okay.
See, Meowlin, you yowl at the window, but they don't seem to notice you.
Maybe that was just warm up. I'm gonna yowl my loudest yowl. I can make a yowl. They can't. How could they refuse? They just can't hear me. It's fine. Maybe the glass is thick. I'm trying to yowl again.
Sure. How would you give me a yowl roll?
Yowl roll?
Yeah. Oh, nice.
So, if my yowl is 99, that means 99 or below.
At a 16.
16 percentile.
Yes, that is an extreme success. And so
I'm practicing this operatic yowling.
It's your
not
talent.
only do Shelley and Furriosa hear you, but you kind of rankle every other animal within the office.
Hello, I'm waiting.
I suppose I turned to look. What distance are we?
I could say I could cross the street. Nothing.
Wow, quite a voice. Anyone coming up the street?
No, it's a fairly slowish day for the can openers.
I presume her window is on the bottom floor, sort of a small clinic situation?
Yes.
All right. Well, it seems that someone is trying to get our attention. I'll
Well, it'd
pad
be
my way
rude
across
to
the street.
ignore. Just follow along.
Hop up on the window ledge. Well, whatever is the problem?
The problem is these two legs are taking a darn minute, and I'm bored. What's good with you?
I hop on the ledge as well, look in, and I recognize Howlin. Just like, oh, darling, hello.
Darling.
It seems it's a checkup day for you.
You know how it is. I gotta keep my body producing the best for the skin and hair. I'm talking, I got the omega-3 fatty acids. I got the fish. I got my digestive care. I digress. It's good to see you, Furriosa.
Same as well. Nothing interesting going on, I presume.
You kidding me? Princess has been eyeing that grand prize for the past few months now, and it's right in my paw's reach. I'm beside myself, let me tell you. Hardly can sleep a wink, I tell you.
You know you have nothing to worry about. You're so good at what you do. Now,
I know.
Shelley
right.
and I here, we're actually discussing some disappearances.
You say you could make a princess disappear? That'll solve my problems for sure.
Well, I don't think you have enough to offer me for me to do something like that.
I jest. Some friendly competition is always warranted.
Well, I presume you're the famous showcat. I don't think we've had the pleasure, but I'm curious if your can openers have had anything to say about this neighborhood cat that's gone missing.
That is dreadful. I'm meowing. I don't get out much, but you can visit the Monroe residence whenever you please. I'll be on the tallest tower if you need me.
No doubt.
But you guys are serious. Someone's missing. I mean, y'all getting
missing,
scraps all
dead.
the time in them alleys, right? It's always a risky business being out there.
You see, this time it's not one of mine. It's a house cat. Might have gotten out, might have gotten taken. Pish posh, who knows?
Yeah, they must have slipped out. Fool's errand, that is.
Oh,
Do you know where this?
You know, I've been trying to get you to come out for a walk with me for quite a while.
You know how long it would take for me to bathe all of this? It's not worth it.
Seems so. Well, if you do hear anything, Furriosa is the town crier, I suppose, so it would be the best to relay any messages. That is, if you hear anything.
Right. Yeah. I'll let you know if I hear anything. I wish the best for that poor kitten.
One must be wise if one wants to venture out.
That's why I'm wise enough not to do so.
Nospuuratu, as you are examining the fancy stones by the church, you do hear a cat yowl that seems to give a pay attention to me vibe.
I vaguely think about my previous human who liked watching some human entertainments with human females trying to yowl, and the scream is just not the same thing. So seems impressively done in this case, and I don't really have any place in particular to go. I don't know this town, so might as well wander that way and see what's happening.
Yes, I guess the three of you all notice a new black cat, new to the town, as far as y'all know, coming up.
Oh,
Oh.
Furriosa, is this that new little kitten you were telling me about?
It is. Hello, Nospuuratu. Well, it's quite something seeing you outside. I've been trying to get you out of your window for a bit now, too. Come here. Let me introduce you to them.
He hangs back for a moment, just fashionably late, and strolls up. Shelley would probably notice the brand new shiny tag on his collar says Vlad, but above game, that is the name he answered to for many, many, many years, and he's brand new to, or rather, that's the brand new name. He's much more used to what he's been called for many years. He, brushes himself off, as it were, and strolls up. I am Nospuuratu. I am the night. I am the dark. I must bathe.
Charmed.
Yes. Well, he is little new to the neighborhood. Quite a character. I do honestly like listening to him, though. Here, Shelley, Meowlin.
It's a character indeed. I think one of Bram Stoker's.
He kind of perks up at that. He's not an expert on human stuff, but he recognizes that name.
I think your can openers are fans of the Gothic.
Well, wouldn't everybody be?
Well, goodness knows I am.
Everyone with good
like
taste,
mine.
at least.
I am in complete agreement.
And you are?
Shelley, named for Mary.
I was going to ask Mary or Percy, but
Well, I suppose it was both of theirs, but well, my Charlotte is a devotee of Lady Mary and her great work.
Mary.
He pretends
for
he's heard of Frankenstein.
Well, speaking of other great Marys, I'm Meowlin, named after the great Mary.
Pleasure, I'm
But
sure.
absolutely. I see you are an enjoyer of the arts yourself, the way you present yourself. You'll know me around the shows around here. These looks, they're not just genetic.
He says something very, very, very polite and not sorry, my brain had a moment, but very, very, very polite. A little bit, old-fashioned. Kind of the feline equivalent of a deep bow. Like back when they used to say, making a leg. So very
Now,
polite.
have you heard of another little house cat who went missing recently?
Well, I barely know the neighborhood myself. I'm sorry to say the three of you are really just about everyone I've met here so far. So no, I had not
Yes.
I've not
I
heard
was
anything I
just-
should be worried about.
Yeah, those streets are dangerous.
I'm sure it's an awful lot of nothing. Some kitten got out and got itself lost. Until we know more, I would say there's no use in panicking. This can only lead to chaos.
That's quite well said, Shelley. I think the same. But, there was no harm in asking. He could have been from your neighborhood, which means you would have heard something.
And chaos can be fun.
Yes, it can. Now, Meowlin really not going to join us out here. It's quite a nice day.
Yeah, you really sold it. Some kind of murderer on the loose, cat gone missing. Yeah, I really want to go out now. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're just off on a jaunt or something. But what's good enough out there that we couldn't enjoy inside?
Oh, there's a whole lot you can do out here.
I have to agree with young Furriosa here. Of course, I am very fond of my dear bookstore, but there are pleasures to be found in the wide world that simply cannot be found within four walls.
Like
fresh air, the occasional sparrow.
Oh, yes. I know, Meowlin, you've never had the pleasure of chasing down some prey.
why would I go through all that effort when my can opener greets me day and night?
It's not about the effort. It's the way it feels. When you finally catch them and you dig your claws in and crunch.
Young Nospuuratu, there must...
Your sound is
Your audio cut out.
Nope.
Okay. So at that moment, Meowlin, your can openers come up, pick you up like usual, and say, "Come now, time for your checkup." Miss abscond you off.
She'll give a wink to the cats out the window.
Never met a cat who would prefer the company of a VED.
With this, would you all do anything with the rest of your day, or how would you all continue?
I'd probably take advantage that Nospuuratu is outside and walk him around like the main street, so that because I like the guy. I don't want him to get into an accident or anything like that the first couple times he's even out. So yeah, we would walk down the main street and I would tell him, like, don't go into that alley. That's we don't talk about that cat. And it's like, here's my area. Nobody's going to harm you around these streets over there, that type of thing. And then if Shelley wanted to tag along, she knows I've already done this for her as well. So she knows what alleys to go into, which ones are safe, which ones aren't. But it'd be up to her if she wanted to accompany us, as I did the same for Nospuuratu.
Okay. Nospuuratu would join and
and I suspect that that he and Shelley probably have similar taste in architecture. We get lost in our thoughts staring at a Gothic old building somewhere.
Is my audio back?
Ooh,
Yes.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yes, I think I would accompany at least until we arrived back at my store, at which point I would find an opportune moment to slip back inside.
and with that, maybe each of y'all make it back to your domiciles. Furriosa, where do you tend to stay for the night?
There is City Hall is very close to the center of town. And it is also a relatively tall building with lots of kind of curvatures and nooks and crannies on the roof. So I like to perch up there because it gives me a very good vantage point to my streets, and it keeps me kind of hidden as well.
Nospuuratu, would you stay out for the night or would you go back home?
Well, I think a little bit of exploring is probably a good place to start for a new area. I should get back and check on Mina. So I find my way back to the house, and I look up at the window and I consider the loose screen in the back on the first floor and the stairs and the route, and I'm curled up on Mina's bed.
And so you all do your usual evening activities, and whatever y'all do at night, and then y'all go back to sleep till the next morning. And once again, in dreaming, you just hear a voice just saying, "Fix it. Fix that." Does anybody do anything while they're sleeping, trying to play around in their dreams?
I think I would pursue the origin of the voice.
Yeah, I think your Furriosa would do the same. Because it's a stranger in her neighborhood, and she wants to figure out what it is.
Well,
And for Madeline as well, just the thoughts of her friends, like if Furriosa, come on, just go outside. She's feeling that maybe curiosity, like maybe I'll take a few paws into the grass and see what is compelling me forward.
Nospuuratu.
Well, I mean, it's a dream.
Just a dream.
So I think in the dream, he transforms into a bat and starts circling the area, getting an aerial view. Weird things happen in dreams.
Yeah.
Not that he would ever choose to be something other than a cat, but a dream is a dream.
Right. As you turn into your bat form and start to circle, you feel yourself start to wake up. Meowlin, as you take your first step onto the grass, you also start to wake up. And Shelley, as you start heading towards the voice down in corridor of books, before you get to it, you wake up. Furriosa, you drop your usual dream prey and head towards the voice. Before you can get to it, you also wake up. And there you are again in town. Furriosa, what do you do today?
I would ask around the alley cats to see if they know what neighborhood the kitten disappeared from and head over there.
You hear from them couple houses down. You think they disappeared from near the house in the middle. But something weird is going on where some of us are leaving town. We feel fairly uncomfortable. It's the general kind of news you get from them.
Furriosa is kind of like, well, if a disappearance makes you so uneasy, then you weren't going to survive on these streets long anyways. And she'll head to the center of town to kind of circle around to see if she can find any clues of, like, if there was like a coyote or something like that. Usually like they'll leave like foot marks or like scratch marks, or like the way they eat their prey is different. Stuff like that. See if she can find any evidence of an animal.
Nospuuratu, as you wake up, again, you find yourself in your usual room. The window is once again open. Your can openers don't seem to be anywhere near.
Yeah, I tried to grab a little bit of lap time earlier, but and was having trouble getting settled. The perfect safety of living in one of these human houses is this part of the deal, and now apparently that's not quite so safe after all. So he's made many biscuits today, pondering and thinking and worrying. And I think he's going to go. We dropped Shelley off at the bookstore last night, so he knows where that is. So I think he's going to head that way and see about having a conversation if.
All right. Shelley, you wake up to your normal bookstore.
I think that this morning I would pay special attention to the daily paper, see if I can glean any news about anything concerning that might be happening in the neighborhood.
When you read, you walk over to the front desk. As you read the paper, it says that there seems to be a missing cat. They suspect possible coyote. who knows, but be careful. Watch your pets, it says. Keep them indoors.
Say what part of town this cat was from. Is it nearby?
Yeah, like maybe it's like maybe on the border of this town or town over. You know, relatively close. As you're reading it, you notice one of the can openers that comes into the store starts perusing one of the books. And they nudge accidentally one of the tables, and a book falls down, and they left the door open. Your usual, the two normal can openers, go over to check, make sure the book's fine, see what's going on.
Down and once again find my way out into the neighborhood.
Right. Meowy, you wake up to your sound of the can opener, to your royal feast.
I dig in, and I still have this thought, this disappearance, my nagging friends. I think there'll be a variation scheduled today. Maybe I could take a stroll in the garden. She'll go to the door and yowl at her can opener to open the door.
As you start yowling, your can openers come over and go, "Oh, yes, we'll go out." They pick you up, they put you into your carrier, and they start heading out.
I said garden, and I harumphley yell.
Yes. And they drive you in your carriage over to the usual medical offices, because today is the day for your normal checkup. Nospuuratu, so you're heading into town.
Yeah. I'm gonna retrace my steps, see if I can find my way to the bookstore.
Yeah.
Probably take a moment and rub up against a few gravestones on the way, but that's my goal.
Yeah. You would, knowing where the bookstore was, you could head over there. You might see Shelley exiting.
Oh, young Nospuuratu. I am surprised.
Madam Shelley, a pleasure. I don't know about you, but I do not like the idea that inside these human buildings is not as safe as we would like it to be.
Well, it is important not to jump to conclusions in situations like this. We know very little situations, and as Common Melville said, ignorance is the parent of fear. We must do what we can to keep ourselves and our kin safe, and find out what's happening, but to jump to conclusions serves no one.
Not conclusions, just... I'm used to making others unsettled, not being there myself.
Well, I know that you're new to the neighborhood, but these kinds of things always end up to be a whole lot of nothing. Just ask Furriosa. She'll tell you.
Yes. Furriosa, do you search for them out, or are you continuing towards the center of the town?
I feel like on her way to the center of town, she would stop by the bookstore to ask Shelley if there was anything new on the paper, and to let them know like she was gonna go to the center of town to see if she could find any animal, anything.
Well, my dear, there doesn't seem to be any further news. Nothing we didn't know already, unfortunately.
It seems like you're just reliving yesterday all over again, doesn't it?
Yes, I will admit, a bit of deja vu this morning.
And how so?
Oh, just some oaf knocking over a book at the store. Of course, it happens frequently enough, but
Yes,
well,
they are quite large and lumbering. I was going to head over to the center of town to see if I found any evidence of a coyote or any of the like.
well, would you mind any company?
No, of course not. Just but I suppose didn't peg you to be in the mood for danger.
Well, color me four.
Yes, though I don't think there's much to worry about. I highly doubt it is actually a coyote. Not this far into, the human settlements. How about you, Nospuuratu? Care for some adventure?
Always.
You're young. I'm sure you could outrun them. They can't
Well,
jump quite as high up as we can either. You'll be fine.
You're scaring
he
me.
pauses for a moment, thinking about quibbling with the you're young, but goes with it for now. Need to know I am living in a safe place,
Yes, of course. No way to make it safer but to patrol it yourself. All right. Then I suppose we'll leave your bookstore and head out.
Meowlin, as you arrive in your carriage, your can openers take you into the medical office and they let you out inside and begin talking to the other can openers as usual.
I'm annoyed. I said garden. I thought we did this yesterday. Why couldn't we do all the tests in one go? I'm beside myself. Am I back in the doctor's room?
Yes,
Just
same, currently in the waiting room, same spot. We're just waiting until it's your turn for your glamour shots.
I'm so annoyed. Just look out the window. I already looked at the magazines.
Yes. You would notice 3 cats conversing outside.
My 3 friends from yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's a coincidence? I'm gonna try to yell to get their attention. At least there's some saving grace in this monotony.
Could everybody give me some spot rolls?
Oh, I passed this time. Yay.
Don't think I did. No, I did not.
33 under 40.
All right. So yes, Nospuuratu and Furriosa, you notice Meowlin in the window. across the street.
Oh,
Looking annoyed.
And talk about deja vu, Shelley. Look at who's over there. Shall we?
Yes, I think we shall.
We make our way across the street again.
These are such unpleasant places, he says, looking at the veterinary office. Can't imagine being dragged here twice in a row. Ugh,
I
awful.
wouldn't know, but I can imagine. Hello. Oh. what
Hey,
brings you here
darling.
again.
I wish I knew. Why couldn't these two-legged can-openers just get all diagnostics done at the same time? You think they went to school or something? They are,
You put
yeah.
way too much stock in them. I always say, well, we were actually on our way out to a little adventure. You see, we're on our way to find out what happened to the kitten ourselves.
Y'all are gonna, what,
Oh, just a stroll.
walk into the woods?
No, not the woods. The center of town. Right, Shelley? I believe that's... Well, she knows. She read the
Fine, yes.
paper.
Yes, I'm certain we'll find an awful lot of nothing, but, well, if we
It'll be
remain
a
ignorant,
stroll.
then that's
See?
how fear breeds.
So just among houses and parks and, have you ever seen town?
Of course I've seen town. Through the window of the cars we're driving by.
There's nothing quite like walking amongst it yourself.
Again, you're not selling it. You're going off to see a missing cat? How are we going to find
A
him?
walk.
You detectives? What am I going to
Just a
do?
walk.
All I do is sit and look pretty. I'm already doing it right now. And I'm glad to see you guys because this is boring as all.
Well, you walk and look pretty. I'm sure you have an amazing sense of smell. I'm sure there's something you can do.
Correct
So-
me if I'm wrong, Miss Shelley, but humans, when they tell these stories of mysteries and such, it's always an adventure. There's always a you need someone with some charm, yes?
Most certainly, from the tales of Miss Marple on to the adventure stories of today. There are many advantages for a lovely young thing if one knows how to use it, and I think, here, Meowlin, you do.
Darn, you think? I know.
Well, then why don't
What
you
did
come
you
prove
say?
it?
You need a charmer? What? We're trying to charm the coyote? Come on.
There probably, but won't be one.
So, Meowlin will look around at the waiting room.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anybody there?
As you look around, as usual, your cat opener's there talking to the other cat opener behind the desk.
I look back. You see, I got a date. I know it's not a hot one, but I got places to be. I'm sure you'll have a great adventure.
Well, as Benjamin Franklin said, we are all born ignorant, but one must work hard to remain stupid.
Oh, I'm
Are you
sure she
calling
meant
me stupid?
no insults.
Are you
None at all.
I am saying that you seem very determined to live in your little box and learn nothing about the world.
Little box, I'll tell you that my castle is fit for a queen. That's me, moi. I am the queen.
I'm sure it is.
Enjoy your
Meowan.
adventure. You are a charmer, Nospuuratu. It was nice seeing you here.
Likewise.
Stay out of trouble now.
That doesn't sound fun.
No, it does not.
With that, Meowlin, your can openers come by, pick you up, and say, "Come on now, time to get your usual checkup."
Toodaloo, I say to my friends.
I think right there we're going to take a small break before continuing on. So, welcome back. Just so all the players know, everyone has an advantage to use. The way that works is if you roll essentially twice and take the higher number. If you're rolling physical dice, you re-roll the tens dice, not the singles dice. And we are $5 away from next $200 goal, which once we get the $200 goal, we triggers a gift card giveaway. All right. So, as Meowlin is being taken away, what do the three of you, Furriosa, Nospuuratu, and Shelley, what do y'all choose to do?
I guess we would keep on with our plan and scout out the center of the neighborhood.
All right. So you all head towards the center area. Let's see. Could someone, all of y'all, give me a streetwise?
Yeah, this is not going to go well.
Let me see. Yeah,
I have
no, I can't
one
imagine.
point in Streetwise.
Oh no, yeah, I'm gonna have to get pretty lucky myself. Yeah, let's.
Yeah, I gave myself a. I used so many points on that. I gave myself a 60, so I pass.
I did too. I can't believe it. I got so lucky.
76 over 1.
Yeah, no.
This is not my skill set.
So Shelley and Furriosa, you all have a pretty good idea of how to get towards the center of town. Yeah. As you are heading over, it's usual. It's a fairly calm day. And you said you were looking specifically for coyote tracks?
Any sign
Or
of an animal
any sign of an animal.
Yeah,
that
something that shouldn't
isn't
be
something.
here.
Yeah, that isn't something that normally would be in town.
Okay.
I think I'm still thinking about that dream from last night and flying around. Gonna scamper up a convenient drain pipe or something and basically pace the other two, but like on the top of buildings that they're short enough, or balconies or
Awnings.
something.
Right.
Aerial view.
So you can try and get an aerial view of everything. All right. Nospuuratu, could you give me a spot? And Shelley and Furriosa, could you give me a sense or a scent?
Scent. Okay.
Scent.
Oh, very rude. I rolled a 51 for a 50.
Mine was like almost the opposite. It was a 43 over for a 50. So it's like so close to not passing.
You got it.
So first a question, can you
Yes.
spend luck in Cthulhu? Well, you can in Cthulhu?
Yes. We do not have luck in this, do we?
We have a luck
Our sheets
attribute. We
do.
just don't have a luck like grid.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. It's just
Right.
was not sure.
So for this one, unfortunately, we can't.
Okay.
But you do have advantage if you want to use that.
I am fine. I had a for my spot a 4 under 40, so I'm fine. I was just realizing, hey, I should ask that because that might come in handy. Being able to adjust a roll if it's close, but.
All right. So, Furriosa, you pick up faint sense of as you get closer towards the center, you start to a faint scent of you do smell a coyote, which you would consider that, but it's very, very faint. What you notice more are the scents of other cats, some of whom you may have met before. It's a bit stronger, but you also know that some of them were heading out. And that's with you said 43, right? Yeah, that's about what you pick up. Nospuuratu with a 4 out of 40. As you get closer, you seem to notice from your high vantage point that normally when climbing buildings, you would see other birds tend to avoid you, especially in their roosting spots. Maybe they take a bit of a aggressive stance if they feel like you're encroaching too close to a nest or something. But for the most part, they keep their distance. You seem to notice that they're a bit further away than normal. Some of them roosting a little far away from the center. So there doesn't seem to be as much impeding you on the rooftops as you would expect.
I don't happen to speak any foreign languages. I don't know if either of my compatriots have that skill. Okay. For our viewers, there is an option in building a character that you can say, "Hey, I speak bird," but don't have that.
Let's go back to Meowy then. As you are heading into the office, do you just allow yourself to be carried in, or what are you doing?
Yeah, I am annoyed, but I mean, if they didn't finish their exam last time, I don't know what else they need this time. But let us proceed.
Could you give me a how about a luck roll?
A 76.
76.
I needed a 45.
76 to 45. Okay. Right. Yeah. So along the way, fairly standard. They take you into one of the normal rooms. They put you up on a metal table, and they close the door behind you. Right now, your 2 can openers are just waiting along for you while the tech, just kind of, you're just waiting. So, all right, for the 3 outside, with these scents that you've gathered, how do you proceed?
Well, it sounds like this coyote theory isn't quite as far-fetched as I had originally thought. Hmm.
Yes. I don't know. I feel like she'd be considering following the coyote tracks and stuff. But it's kind of like, well, she can't speak to it. She wouldn't be able to ask it if it did take the kitten or not. So like I don't know how much merit there would be to following the tracks.
Mhm.
Because it's
Right. Are you following? All right. Okay. As you follow the coyote scent, it actually starts leading you away from the center. So it's like you would go up maybe towards I don't know, half a block towards the center, and then you start to notice it going in the opposite direction. You know, almost seem like it's going around the center area.
Hmm. So this center area of town, is this mainly like commercial retail? Is this like residential at all?
Fairly residential,
Okay.
It's kind of like some homes here and there, maybe some small shops on one side of the road, but mostly residential. It was like
And then the direction that the scent seems to be leading, is that more residential, or is that sort of out leading like away from buildings?
Some of them would be leading. It's kind of both. Like if they head towards the back, it's like heading back more into the undeveloped areas. If you head, the scent also starts going a bit more into the city, so towards some of the residential.
So if the foxes or is if the coyotes avoiding or going around the center area?
Yeah, I'm gonna scamper down and check in with the two of you, because it's going around the center of town, and so are the birds.
You're saying the birds are avoiding the area?
They seem to be roosting further out than I would expect in a town like this. So it's not hard to scare off a bird, but what scares birds and coyotes?
Point taken.
I'm used to being the scariest thing in town. I'm not sure I am.
Well, what say we enter the breach?
Yes. Yes, I'd like to see what's happening.
Okay. Right. So you start heading towards the center. Okay. Let's go back to mail real quick. As you're on the table, the usual, the tech comes in, they pull up your charts on the computer. Just standard yearly, annual glamour shots that you're used to getting. They do leave the door to the back slightly ajar, though, because they're used to you by now. They know it. You're fairly, you know the procedure. You're not one of the rough and tumble cats that'll try and escape.
And I thought they knew the procedure. What did you not get last time that you have to get today?
Just as you speak to them, they go, "Oh," and just pet you.
I'm serious here.
All right. So they'll put you into the little weight scale. Then they'll, write some things down. Then they'll grab that little fluff behind your neck, prep a little syringe and yeah, give you your usual shots.
All right, this ain't right. What, you missed last time? What? All right, Meowyn's starting to piece this together. This is strange. Why would you give me my shots again? I gotta go through that turmoil once a year. Maybe once every 3 years if I'm lucky. I'm
And
gonna stare at the tech who's giving these shots like...
they give you a little treat.
I take the treats.
And then your can openers pick you up and put you back in your carriage.
This is weird. I'm gonna yowl. Meow.
All right, give me a yowl roll.
So 79 out of 99.
Jeez, I forget it's so high.
One of them goes, "Oh, poor baby, it's done now. It's okay. We'll bring you home and you can sit by the fire again."
That's what I thought yesterday.
It's to take you out to the car. And we head back to the other three. So as you head towards the center, you notice it's the usual. It's a lone house, kind of standard house, craftsman. Nice little porch where you could sit on. It's got a nice railing that you could perch on top and maybe get a better view of the street.
Furriosa, do you know if any felines live here?
Yes, there should be a couple smaller cats. I like to play around with the house cats around this area, but I don't see anybody. Would I be able to make a roll to see if I can spot any other cats in the vicinity?
Sure. Give me a spot roll. And
May I?
Both of you can, yes, or all three of you can, if you would like.
I failed.
And
does anybody have a halfway decent sense danger? That's kind of seeming like it might be coming into play soon.
I live in a bookstore, man.
Mine's a 30, if that's anything.
3 times mine.
Furriosa, if you could give me which one? Oh, should I do an intelligence roll?
Me?
Yeah.
Surprisingly high for a stray, actually. I rolled very good on that one. So I pass.
What'd you get?
I got a 57 over a 75.
All right. You would remember that there is a cat named Mikey who lives in this house. You've seen them before, but it's been a couple days.
Hop up to a ledge on the second floor window where I would know that they spend their time with the kid that lives here, and see if I can see anything inside.
You would also know that there's just one can opener who lives here. Just this the one person who gives Mikey their food.
See anything up there?
I'm gonna rap on the window to see if I can get the attention of the cat somewhere inside.
As you rap on the window, you get a little bit of movement, but for the most part, nothing happens.
Hmm. Is it possible this is the cat that's gone missing?
Well, I suppose anything is possible. I hope not. Quite liked Mikey. I'm just gonna keep rapping on the window. Like bep 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 bep.
I'll poke
I
around
circle
down
the
on
house.
the
Can I
ground.
find any way in?
Yeah.
Try give me a spot for anyone who's looking around the house.
Sure.
It's a 5 under 40.
Yeah, you did better than I did. That's not worth repeating what I got.
Okay, with a 5, you notice that there would be potential crawl space into what looks like a basement. You might have to squeeze through because it looks like a broken board within the door. Something that's it's been broken for a while. Looks like they might have put something on top of it before they could fix it and just never gotten around to it.
Gonna report that back to the other two.
Yes, I would like to check in on them. Hopefully,
could the three
they're
of you
still there.
give me a scent or sense danger roll?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's do scent. Just under. Oh yeah, that's a 49 out of 50, baby.
And a
That's all I need.
17 out of 50. So hard.
All right.
Hey, man, you're doing so good.
Yeah, I'm using them all up now.
Yeah,
So-
I barely passed.
So as looking around, the day is getting longer. The sun is coming down. That scent of coyote you smelled earlier is getting stronger. Almost as if they're coming out to roam the streets at night.
Coyote
Okay.
inside a domicile?
You sense it coming from around, not
Oh, nearby.
inside. Yeah.
Okay.
So you have some time before they get to where you are.
Yeah, we have two choices. Essentially, we scamper off now and come back and check on Mikey in the morning, or hunker down inside.
I vote inside.
Question: I've never actually in real life encountered a coyote. I'm assuming that they are significantly bigger than we are.
Depends.
Mm.
They're
So
like a medium-sized dog. They tend to be fairly
Mhm.
skinny, but they are also very intelligent.
very, very smart.
Okay,
Think
but
of like the
if the-
largest cat you can think of. So like,
Yeah. Probably bigger than the three of us. Not
Oh,
by a
yeah.
vast amount,
Okay.
but bigger than us.
Most
Okay.
definitely.
but if the space into the basement is tight for us, it might be tight enough to keep the coyote out if it decided to
Mhm.
investigate.
If it's tight for
Okay.
us, then yes.
Is that something that we would be able to assume, Wilde?
Yeah, if you could get whatever's on top of the opening moved and get in there, it would definitely be harder for a coyote to get in.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll try to squeeze our way in then.
First, I would need, let's see, which one? If you could give me strength rolls to try and
Oh,
push.
jeez.
I most certainly cannot. Nope.
No.
No.
Yeah, my strength is 10, and I
We're
get
such wimps. Are we
Mine
all
is
wimps?
10. Mine is
Oh.
10 as well.
I mean, you're cats.
5, y'all.
It's hard to move
Speaking of
things
wasting
that...
rolls, 12 over 10.
Oh, so close.
Yes, as you're messing with this, the scent gets closer. You can
Oh.
try to... I can give you 2 more tries before you feel like they'll be able to sniff you out.
On this point, we're just frantically pawing at whatever the hell's open and just.
like cat like scratching at the edge of the door, just like
I don't want to.
does claw noises. Uh oh. We're
Nope.
in danger. No,
My
I
last
rolled
one.
exactly the same. Oh my god.
Nope.
All right. My decision at this point is I'm going up. I'm gonna try. Furriosa climbed the house. I'm gonna climb the house. I'm not gonna be on the ground. Try to get me up here, Coyote.
Yeah, I failed all
Yeah.
3 rolls. I'm also climbing up to the roof.
Well, just outside a game, we have currently reached our first goal. We have reached $200. So if anyone would like to join the giveaway, it would be #meow in chat.
Love it.
And we've been gifted a cat shoulder. Someone would get to ignore a sentience roll.
Nice.
Okay,
I'm
so
going to let the 2 of them get ahead, so that hopefully they're continuing in the direction that they are and they're not looking back at me, so I'm not being observed. So I go poof in behind them.
So you're going behind Shelley
And I'm
and
following them. Yeah.
Furriosa? Okay.
Didn't even hear you come up.
Yeah,
That's so fast, man.
I have an ability called I was always up here.
So
I love it.
are you up on the roof, or you were
Yeah.
behind them on the streets? Okay.
I think they were climbing up on the roof.
Yes.
That was
Everyone's going up on the roof. Okay.
Yes, we're climbing up.
All right. Wonderful. Okay. So with that, you're pretty much away from danger.
Look at all the fun you could be having, Meowlin.
Running
No.
away
Fun.
from coyotes.
You're almost dinner. What do you mean fun?
And let's say you all make it back to your domiciles. And would you all pass out at this point from the adventures of the night, I'm guessing?
Yes, I think before we part ways, I would tell Furriosa, I think, well, you might want to start spreading the news.
I really do want to get inside and confirm. So I will be heading back to the middle tomorrow.
Okay. All right. So you all go to sleep. As you wake up this next day, let's start with Furriosa. Are you going straight to the center, or are you going...
I think because she's trying to plan how she's gonna do it, right? It's like we're not strong enough to move the thing. And the only thing she can think of then is sneaking in when the front door is open, so the humans coming in and out. So there's 2 things she can do. She could either stalk the front door, right? And see if she sees the human come in or out and sneak in that way, or run in that way. Or if she can convince Meowlin to come with her, her cuteness at the front door might get the human to come and open the door. And then Furriosa would run in. Right. So she's pondering, and she's going to head I think, to the library to ask Shelley what she thinks is a better idea.
All right. Shelley, as you wake up, what do you plan
I
to
think
do?
I would try to scope the newspaper again just to see if anything had developed.
The newspaper says there's been a cat missing. They suspect possible coyote. You should keep your pets inside to keep them safe.
What's the date on the newspaper?
You see 16/2/0024. As you're reading it, one of the can openers who is browsing the books seems to nudge a table, and a book falls in the store. The
Okay.
two behind the counter go to inspect the books, make sure everything's okay.
I would have, after, I think, given how strange it was yesterday, taken note of the location. Is it the same book?
It would appear so.
Curious.
Nospuuratu, you wake up as usual. The same room. Your can openers don't seem to be there, but there's a window open.
Well, check on Mina, make sure she's doing as okay as she does these days. She's still sick, still kind of pale, but I don't know. I keep watch. That's about all I can really do for her. And yeah, then I'm gonna go out and explore and see if I can find my new buddies.
All right. Yeah, as you head out to explore to try and meet back up with them, as you pass your usual tree, you hear an apple fall.
Okay, so I dodge the apple, of course, as I have before now. I'm pretty good at climbing. I'm gonna scamper up and take a look and see if there's, sometimes apples get ripe and they fall. Sometimes something else happens. So, can I see anything weird going on with where it would have fallen from?
As you scamper up the tree, you give me a scent roll.
Scent. Okay. No. That's a 79 over 50, I believe.
Right, you don't seem to smell anything off, but when you look at the apple that hit the ground, you notice instead of the usual, you realize that without the normal thud, this time it was a bit more of a soft landing. And the apple's a little brown.
Okay. I think there is an awkward moment when, having scampered up a tree, I realize I'm not nearly as comfortable climbing back down. Look around, make sure nobody's watching, and I don't usually do it in daylight, but poof.
Meowing, as you wake up to the sound of your royal feast, as usual.
Well, I feel like I've gone over in my head. It feels like I've gone to the doctors like 5 or 6 times and just dreaming of getting my shots. And I feel like I spend the first hour or two sulking, not knowing what to do. I know the perfect place. My can opener will never find me. Under her bed. But then I think, you know what? No. I know what I should do. And she's going to go into her royal carriage and yowl.
As you yell,
And wait for a response.
yes, your canopers come over and says, "Oh, looks like you're ready." Yeah, okay. They close up the carriage and they're like, "Well, time to go to the vet. Time to get your usual medical." And they head out.
This ain't right.
Where do you, Furriosa, Nospuuratu, and Shelley, where do you all convene? Are you all going outside, I'm guessing?
Yeah. So I was heading to the
The
front of the bookstore. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I would probably anticipate at this point my compatriot's arrival. Have you two noticed anything strange?
There's a cat hair just like stuck somewhere and I can't get it. And it's
Oh,
like
no.
tickling my nose.
It's an appropriate problem to have.
Mm-hmm.
I 2 days ago, I was exploring. An apple fell out of a tree, and I dodged, and it just missed me. It just did that for the third time now. I'm losing my sense of humor about it.
Yeah. Ears start to kind of flatten. Fur starts to raise a little. The same human has knocked over the same book at the same time each morning for 3 days. The newspaper has shown the same news about the coyote for the third time in 3 days. Something is not right.
Just out of curiosity, what was that book about?
Did I happen to notice what book it was?
It's your namesake book.
Well, as a matter of fact, it was Frankenstein.
I
All right.
have a feeling. And she'll scamper off across the street and wait at the window.
Meowlin, as you pull up to the vets with your can openers, you notice your friends outside.
Deja vu.
It's
Y'all
deja
are
vu.
already here.
It's deja vu when it happens twice. Now 3 times. There's something afoot. Now, Meowlin, please don't make this harder than it should be.
Listen. All right.
I'll tell you this, you have about 45 seconds before you get into the building. As your can openers bring your carriage to the office.
Listen, I'm gonna get in the office and don't worry. When I'm in the office, it's not too late, all right? They leave the door ajar for me, all right? I don't normally go anywhere at all. So meet me round the back, all right? The back door towards the office.
Oh, I knew you'd come around. Yes, we'll be there. Don't worry. We'll figure out what's going on. It's making my head hurt.
Okay.
Right, as they bring you in, they take you out as usual to talk to the receptionist. And you are outside your cage, inside the office.
I will go near the front door, just casually walking, a nice showman walk. And I wait for someone to open the door. If someone will open the door.
As they're going in, can I dash in through the door?
Let's see. Give me a stealth roll.
say 53 under 75.
Yeah, you can jump right in.
Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm holding back just for a moment to make sure that that this is not really a feline concept, but basically that I have your consent that we're getting out of here.
We gotta get out of here. I thought only I did, but now we both gotta get out of here.
So having used stealth, I'm going to throw stealth out and make myself a nuisance. I am dashing across the desk. I'm running between the receptionist's legs. I am making a pain in the butt out of myself. On the theory that they will get frustrated and kick me out, which means open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Shelley, you know, just being I was like a 2-footologist, a pusher, that if you jump up and manage to grab the latch, you could essentially open up this door.
Adorable. Yeah, I think probably, I mean, I'm picturing like, one of those sort of glass, like those doors with like the glass panels, so I can see Nospuuratu just like running amok, and I'm like, and I want to give a little hop and try to bat the
Furriosa
doorknob.
is just on the sidewalk, just on her back, just laughing. She's like, this is going so much better than what I thought would happen.
All right, Shelley, give me a jump roll.
Yeah, okay. That should be. Watch me fail. No. Oh no, I'm sorry. No, that's a 73 out of a 50.
You do have advantage if you want to use it.
Okay, so I just re-roll the 10?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. Or okay, I'll roll the 10.
If you just do a straight,
7.
just do a straight reroll.
A straight reroll, okay, because like
it doesn't work on digital as well.
Okay, sure. Because if I had to take that, it would be literally exactly the same. All right, press your pause. 39 out of 50. Thank you.
Within the chaos, you manage to open up the door. Let's see. Meowy, if you could give me a stealth roll, and
Okay. What is? Yeah, I'm sneaky.
I know
It's a 19 of 50.
If I see that Meowy has gotten out, I'm going to use my other special ability, which is under the feet. I roll dodge. If I succeed, I trip a human and they don't land on me.
Perfect.
What's the worst that could happen? This is fine. We're fine.
That is for a dodge, 32 under 75.
Let's
32
go.
under 75. Wonderful. As you dodge out the way, Meowly's can opener trips and avoids you, and gives you just enough time for y'all to make it outside without them immediately giving chase.
Hello,
not that
dear.
it makes a difference, but I think the intent was trip the receptionist, because the receptionist is in league with the vet, which means they're a bad guy.
The receptionist is behind the desks. They would have to walk around.
Even when I'm like, oh, okay, all right.
I
tripped somebody and make a mess.
Okay.
It's okay.
I mean,
forge on ahead.
Okay, we're outside. Now what?
No
Hello,
time to be
dear.
lost.
Now that you're out here, we have to run.
Okay, let's go. She's like feeling the adrenaline, like at the scene inside the doctor's, like, oh, the reputation she's gonna have at the anyways, let's go. I'll follow.
We
all right.
take off.
So where are you heading towards?
The center.
The center. Great. If you could all give me who knows? Give me a streetwise. Everyone who's
Right.
running.
I got you.
All right.
Oh, that's yummy. Yeah, that is a 17 under a 60.
Wonderful. You make it to the center. You sing this house. It's still daytime. You don't smell same smells as last time. The coyote is still faint. You can try and open up the back that you know of, or you can try another avenue. You have
Could
a bit of
Hold my
time.
breath.
Could we try prying the back open together? Would that give us any kind of advantage rather than us all just trying to do it on our own?
Sure. The three of y'all working together. Let's
Or-
do-
There's
You're
4 of us now.
expecting me to lift a dainty paw? I'm already out here. What more do you guys want from me?
You can supervise.
Nospuuratu, you really know how to set a scene, don't you? Ugh. Not the idea of performance I had in mind you.
Yeah,
What are we after?
Yeah, what are we rolling?
So if everyone, all of y'all working together, you can roll under your. Let's make it power.
Okay,
Okay.
that's better.
Much better.
Yeah.
14 under 75.
43 under 70.
70-70.
60 over 38. Shelley's just not built for this.
So Nospuuratu and Furriosa taking the lead, you manage to shove this board that's on top over to the side, leaving you an opening to get in to the basement.
All right. Well, ladies first. Come on, doll. And she's just gonna like half push Meowlin inside. Go, go, go.
Oh, sure. Why don't I go first? I clearly know what I'm doing. I walk in.
Yeah, it's just
Yes.
to get you out of the outside, essentially.
Yeah, inside's better than out. Let's just get in.
Yeah, clearly.
And then as I go in, this feels a little spooky. I don't know why.
Everybody give me a scent roll.
Okay, that's 30 under 50.
Nope.
41 under 50.
All right.
14 under 50.
And could I also get a
Same dice, just different order.
Could I also get a listen roll from everybody?
Listen.
Oh, I passed that
24
one.
under 70.
18 under 40.
85 over
32
40.
32 over 40.
All right, so inside the basement, you get this smell of decay. You notice a cat body.
Is
Furriosa,
it Mikey?
it is not Mikey.
Oh.
But you would recognize it as one of the cats that was leaving the area. For everyone who succeeded on their listen roll, you can hear some crying in the upstairs. It's very faint.
Do you hear that?
Yes. Now,
Mhm.
thankfully, this is not Mikey.
Well,
So
it's
they
someone.
might still be upstairs, but this is a cat that was leaving town 2 days ago, and now they are here. Now, as to how they got injured, the streets, not surprising. We saw coyotes yesterday. What is odd is that they are in here.
I was
as
thinking the
opposed
same
to
thing.
Out there.
Can I tell what has done this poor creature in?
My senses are saying, get out of here. What do you mean you're getting closer?
Let's see. Give me an intelligence roll.
Okay.
Anyone who's
Go, Shelley,
looking
go.
at the cat.
Go, Shelley.
Actually,
go.
you'd be surprised. My education's very high. My intelligence is so-so.
I'll roll
Or you
as
could-
well.
But I rolled fine. That's a 12 for a 36. So
Okay.
Lovely. Yeah,
So
56 over 75 as well.
12. The body looks almost as if they're asleep, but kind of gray, like the fur's kind of faded.
no visible wounds.
No visible wounds.
Poison?
You all succeeded on your central, right? Nothing smells dangerous or like something you shouldn't eat. Nothing is giving you that don't eat this vibe from the cat.
Yeah.
The question remained how it got in.
Yes. Because we were barely able to get in, and there's 4 of us. This kitten by itself.
Something must
So
have brought it inside.
odd.
Something's
then-
still upstairs.
Yes.
Does the crying sound like a cat?
Or a person.
Sounds like a cat.
I think it's time for a breakout.
Oh, splitting up, eh? Of course, that always goes well.
Whoa.
No, like to break them out.
Ah,
The other cat.
Yeah, let's stick together, guys. For safety.
I am sure that the answer is no, but I have to ask. Dead body that looks asleep and is faded, which I take to mean like pale. Does this seem familiar to our cat who's very much into a certain line of literature?
Oh, that, and I have ghost sight as well. So I can see paranormal stuff.
Right.
I do have a cult, if that helps.
With your ghost sight, you do not see anything. What are you referring to specifically, Nospuuratu?
If I had to describe, if I, Steve, had to describe vampire, I would say it's dead, it looks asleep, it's pale.
mm-hmm.
So do I get that kind of vibe is basically what I'm asking.
It doesn't look emaciated. Shelley, when you were looking at the cat, you didn't notice any specific bite marks or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, we may find our answers upstairs, but brace yourselves.
Yes. I will begin to slowly make my way up. I think being the strictly outdoors cat, I probably have better odds like in a situation than they do, so I'd probably keep myself in the front.
I would stick close
just in
by,
case.
just as a 2-footologist navigating this house, in case we need to open any doors or anything.
Yeah, but I assume we're making
All
our
right,
way
don't leave me
upstairs.
behind. And Meowyn will just try to like get as close to you guys as possible, like really in your bubble, like.
Courage.
As you walk up the stairs, the door to the basement is slightly ajar. You could all slip through. Could everyone roll me stealth? I assume you're being stealthy.
And
Mhm.
try. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
50-50.
12. 12 under 50.
Yep, it's a
43 under 75.
Okay.
54 under 65. Good.
Meowlin?
I'm 50-50.
Oh my god, did you roll
50.
an actual 50?
50.
That's too funny.
Yeah.
Alright, what order are you going in? So, who's
Probably Furriosa's first and then maybe
Yes.
Shelley.
Mm-hmm. And then our fluffy cat with Nospuuratu.
Yeah, I won't take the
Pulling
real.
up.
Yeah, I'll be in the middle. Mhm. Yeah.
No.
Pulling up behind.
Right. All right, so you're all going up. You pass through the door fine, except Meowlin, as you walk up, you nudge the door into a slight creak and the crying stops. As you
My bad.
walk further in, I'm guessing.
Mm-hmm.
As you walk in, you see the room is mostly dark. You see Mikey there in the center of the room. Very rough for wear. Not quite breathing. They look as if they were attacked, possibly by a coyote. Could everyone roll me a sentience roll? Or you can choose at this moment to use your cat shoulder.
We have to decide beforehand.
Yes.
Okay. Good. I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, I'll roll
What was
as
the other
is.
option?
Use the cat shoulder and you just don't roll.
Nice.
72 over 70.
Oof.
I have a 12 over 70.
So sorry, just to be clear, when rolling sentience, you're comparing it against the starting sentience, or
Yes.
okay, not good. That's 45 over 38.
45 over 38.
Yeah,
Okay.
I passed with a 53 over 75.
Right. So who failed?
I think Nospuuratu and Shelley.
And Shelley.
Weirdly, the two of us who are familiar with scary stories.
Listen, we know what's at stake here.
Blissful ignorance.
So if you could each reduce your sentience by 10.
Oh no.
Yum.
You're still fine, right?
Now, does Mikey look still alive?
Barely. Let's see. Okay. Give me. Let's see. Furriosa, you can give me either a streetwise or insight.
What do I have for? My streetwise is better. Ooh, barely 54 over a 60.
Right. You notice some very shallow breathing coming from Mikey.
Yeah, she will kind of like slowly inch towards him. Just call out,
As you-
friend.
As you all get closer, you notice a can opener stand up from the corner and says, "Oh, looks like some of Mikey's friends have come." And they start walking towards you all.
Immediately, Marilyn's
Running.
going to start hawking up a hairball. Just. And I use my trick, furball, where once per session I can make every human in a room stop what they're doing and watch in horror and disgust as I loudly hawk up a hairball for 1d4 rounds. The humans will be fixed on me and not notice anything else. Although this distraction will not work if there is noticeable danger.
Yeah, sure. Roll me 1d4.
1.
All right. So as you hawk up this fur ball,
I panic.
you manage to
Panic
hawk it.
furball.
One of the candles around Mikey goes out, and you're like, "Oh, jeez." So as they're dealing with this candle real quickly, they clean it up about to light
Candles?
it. What are you about to do? Yes.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I am going to shit. Is there am I able to make like an occult roll to see if like
Sure.
the candles or the human looks weird or the way that like Mikey
Anyone who wants to make an occult roll can make one.
18 under 35.
As well.
25 under 40.
2 under 5.
2 under 5. Amazing.
Jeez.
Oh my god. I'm locked in, man.
Were you rolling Madeline, or was just?
I did. I failed miserably. 45
You're busy
over
You don't
right
matter.
now. You're really
Yeah,
busy.
She's still
Mhm.
hairballing it
I'm
out.
doing my thing, you know.
This is very
Um,
helpful.
So Nospuuratu and Furriosa, you notice that the candles are arranged very specifically. That whatever's going on, that the can opener is very particular about how it's set up. There, you notice some chalk as well along the room. And Shelley, you notice that from where the can opener was, a book that they seem to have been reading from.
Oh boy. I would love to dash up to that book.
Sure.
What do I see? Does it look like it's in English?
So you're running up to the book. What is everyone else doing at this moment?
Question: are the candles
Yes.
like on the floor, on the
the
table?
floor. It'd be on the floor, yes.
On the floor. Okay.
I am going to run over to Mikey, put my head like really close to his face, and see if he can is it too late to attempt to save him? If he is savable, can he speak and tell me literally anything?
They are essentially very passed out. Meowy, what
Okay.
are you doing?
All right. Well, I did the hairball. Next, what else can I do? I just start yowling loudly.
Attempting to keep distracting or what?
And
Yeah, I'll
love
figure
it.
that out.
Love it.
Nospuuratu, you were inspecting the candles?
No, that was just me trying to make sure I had my image straight. So I call to the others, mess up the candles, bat them around, whatever you can do.
Okay.
And I'm going to use an ability that I used before just for flavor, but I'm going to use it for its intended purpose, which is under the feet. You can cause a human to trip over you with a successful dodge roll. Normally, cats that don't have the trick, blah, 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 blah. A human tripped in this way may be incapacitated or injured at the keeper's discretion. So I'm hoping to take this guy down.
All right. So
Also, I'm booping the hell out of Mikey, trying to wake him up.
And my dodge roll to trip this guy is a 2 under 75.
2 under 75.
Jeez.
Nice.
Love it.
All right. Out of a 2 out of 75, they do trip. They bash their knees, so they're kind of on the ground in pain. Shelley, as you go up to the book, it's like nothing you've read before. It's a language you can't tell.
Something is wrong with this book.
Diagrams or pictures mostly of.
Yeah, you just when you say that, Shelley, something is wrong with this book. Furriosa just looks up and just yells at you, just rip it up.
Oh, forgive me.
Okay. Let's see. So,
as a book person, that hurt me to say.
Yeah.
Ripping up the book. Give me a sentience roll as you.
Oh, must I?
Yes.
Oh, because she touched it?
Uh-uh.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
No. That's I mean, hey, we're just cats here. Yeah, I rolled a 44 against a 28.
Oh, that's low. Yeah.
48 out of what's your
44 of 28.
44 of 28. All right. Let's lose 5 sentience.
At least now you know for sure the book's bad.
It's a bad book, you guys.
This is all bad. I'm gonna listen to what Nospuuratu said and try to mess with the candles. After yowling, just smack down the candles, just bat them like I've been training to do on all my can openers, tables.
Okay, Shelley can give me a con roll.
Con roll, okay.
Go, Shelley, go. Go, Shelley, go.
It's an 8 of a 45.
8 out of 45.
Nice.
All right. So you feel like you're about to pass out, but you're able to collect yourself before this happens. Let's see. So, Alden, you're banging around, you said? Or would you say you're...
Yeah, so I listened to Nospuuratu's advice and I will bat all the candles down, like my training from batting down every knickknack on my can openers tables.
All right.
So I'm just gonna bat the candles.
Let's see. Furriosa, as you go up to Mikey, you can't seem to get him to wake up at the moment. You're just maybe a slight stirring at the moment that kind of just there.
Furriosa, I need your help.
Yeah, I'll
at this moment
rush over.
Candles being knocked over, helping Mikey, the book, and let's see, you dodged. The can opener is starting to collect themselves and walk past you towards the basement.
So you're saying that the human that I know how to trip is walking over to the top of a flight of stairs. Awesome.
Yes.
That was beautiful.
And can I try that trick again and see if I can have a more dramatic effect this time, perhaps?
But he's ignoring us.
To do this,
But we're
you would have
messing up
to-
his thing.
This time it would be a fighting roll to get there and to try and get under them.
Okay, something I am not nearly as good at.
To position yourself under them to try and trip them up.
Yeah, I'm relatively good at fighting, but I was trying to leave that to the end.
Yeah, no.
No?
That's a 73 over 40.
Okay. Everyone else gets one last action before the can opener acts.
Oh, why are they ignoring us? I don't even know. Because I don't want to run to
Mikey?
the can opener. Because Shelley looks like she's in trouble, and I ran to Shelley. But it's like, now that I'm there, I don't know what I'd be able to do.
Sure.
Meowy will look at the devastation of the candles and she's like, I knocked him over. I did this. But we're destroying this, sure. How do we fix this mess? And I don't. She'll run to Mikey and yowl at him right in his ears as close as I can to wake up. Meow! Meow!
Shelley, what do you do?
I think that. So sorry. Can I just get the quick lay of the land? Exactly like what this room is and like
Sure.
where this human is relative to us.
Human seems to be walking past y'all towards the basement.
Towards the basement.
You are by a book in the corner. Mikey
Uh-huh.
is in the center, surrounded by candles and some diagrams, some chalk outlines, and things like that. Meowy
All right.
and Furriosa are at Mikey.
You know what? We're in trouble. I'm gonna go for broke. I would like to try to attack this person.
All right.
Yeah, I honestly think that at this point that's the only thing Furriosa can think of doing as well. Because if the person is unconscious, we have more time to figure this shit out.
Well, everything's riding on you, Furriosa, because that's a 93 on a 25. I'm not well.
No. Shelley. Okay. So I roll
You can roll
just
fighting.
fighting? Okay.
Yes.
That is a 27 under 60.
27. Wonderful. So you scratch at the canopy and give me a luck roll.
Okay. Oh god. All right. And that's just under whatever the thing is there as well, right?
Under the luck.
Okay. Ooh. That is a 41 under 45. It's like right at the edge.
All right, so as you scratch them, let's say they trip into the basement, but they catch themselves, but they're now in the basement. Meowlin, as you yell into Mikey's ear, you see their eyes open up and they just say, run. Run.
Guys!
I'm for running.
Mikey says we should run.
Question before we run. Are any of the candles that have been knocked over still lit?
No,
Okay.
but there are lit candles still standing.
See, but if we run, everything stays as it is, and more cats get hurt.
How do we fix this?
I'd like to try something. I don't know if you're going to let me.
Sure.
You want to set the house on fire? Is that what you're going to try to do?
Well, I mean, it might be an end result, but no. I want to see maybe grabbing teeth a lit candle and knock it over on top of the book, because we know we don't want to touch the book, but there are other ways to destroy a book other than touching it yourself. So I want to see if I can light the book on fire.
Okay. Let's see.
The first bit of kindling. If you want a bigger fire.
Yeah.
What kind of roll would that be?
Could be dexterity.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
go with that. Let's go with Dex.
Okay.
You have a high Dex, don't you?
Yeah. As long as I don't fumble. Yeah. 46 under 130.
Jeez.
Alright.
All right. Show off.
46, and let's give you a luck roll as you drop the candle onto the book.
$56 over 50.
56 over 50.
Advantage?
Oh, have you used
I
it?
haven't used it. So
Now's the time.
Hmm?
give it a shot.
A good
36
time, yeah.
under 50.
Yeah. Nice.
All right. So as you drop the candle, the pages start to smolder up. So there's a burning book and a can opener on the basement stairs, and this house is starting to fill with smoke. What are you doing?
Is there any way that between us we can like drag Mikey out?
The can opener's blocking the door.
To
Downstairs.
the basement.
Shelley?
But Shelley can open the front door,
Right?
right?
I can
Shelley?
try.
Right,
I
Shelley?
can try. If it's,
Now's a good time to try.
I just hope it's not locked. Yeah. I guess we all try to drag Mikey over to the front door as a team.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you are the 2-footologist.
That's
so... Alright.
So
Just
you
give
want
me
the-
a basic dex roll for this one. This is
I
a
can do that,
little
baby.
harder.
Listen,
Let's go.
Nospuuratu's not the only one with a good dex.
I mean, y'all-
Yeah, that's a 56 of 125.
Jeez.
Alright, so you all drag Mikey outside.
Okay.
Can I
like we
smell a
try to-
coyote over the around
Over
the
the
smell of
smoke? Oh, jeez.
Alright, as you drag them outside, the can opener doesn't seem to be following you at the moment, but you do hear them start to run or clamber up the stairs again. No,
Oh, shit. How
we're
do we
starting
keep
with.
them in?
Um,
I mean, y'all can choose to just run away at the moment, or you could
I
go
was-
back in and risk
Team run away.
in the house.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, how can we, like, make sure they don't make it out?
oh well, logically, their book may be ruined, but they can probably put out the fire before it spreads too far.
Yeah, I think they'd be a little too worried about the flames to try to come after us, necessarily.
Yeah, I mean we're cats. Yeah, let's
We
take a
can
moment. I would like
outrun a
to.
human. Duh.
I would like to take a look at Mikey though. We've dragged him outside, but he's clearly not well. Can I do like a wash roll to like try to give him some aid?
Sure.
49 under 50, baby.
Oh, jeez.
Getting her real clutch here.
Oh, yeah.
I'm at 49. You're washing Mikey, and their eyes flutter open for a bit, and they say to you, "You should run still. I shouldn't be here."
What did it do to you?
I got out at night, and a coyote got me, but they couldn't accept it.
What do you mean?
They gave. They took one of. We'll call them Fluffy's lives, and gave it to me.
Yeah, as he's talking, like, it all kind of, like, clicks into place for Furriosa.
It didn't take. And they kept trying. I kept living over and over and over.
Well, at this point, it's fair to assume that their human is going to come after us to attempt to use us for the same purposes as the little kitten in the basement. We'll give our life to keep them alive. Now, Mikey, you're smart cat. I'm sure you understand what will happen to you now that we've burned that book.
I just want to go back into the dream.
Yes, we can. I think, my friend, that I can make you more comfortable until you do. We'll stay with you, so you do not have to go alone.
I'll give him a little nuzzle and say, "Good night, sweet prince. May flights of angels sing thee to thy rest."
Sweet dreams.
Yeah, so I would like to find like a little, because houses have like yards and stuff, right? So to find like a place in the yard that's like nice, and maybe there's like bushes and stuff that could probably hide us from view as well to give us more time in case the human comes out. So it's like in between bushes and stuff, and just like keep like washing him and just stay with him.
Yeah, y'all can do
I'll
that.
curl up my fur, like a
Y'all
nice
can-
padding of fur.
Y'all can stay with Mikey through the night. And as the sun starts to come up, I'm guessing Mikey's breath starts to slowly get longer, shallower, and then it's just there, sleeping, looking like he's sleeping.
Well, honestly, it looked like he was suffering by his can opener attempting to keep him alive through all of this. So I believe this is the best for him. Now he gets to rest and go into the dream. And two, I assume that it wasn't the coyotes now that got the rest of the cats that were missing, but this two-legged. So now with Mikey in the dream, I am sure the disappearances will stop now that the canoper has no reason to keep coming after other cats. But we still have something. Our sweet Meowlin, we must catch you home in one piece.
Before 7 a.m. would be nice. I mean, there's been so much going on. It's no problem if I'm late for breakfast. I don't want to be a bother. I don't know how to get home from here.
Oh, no worries, no worries. I think even through our walking around, even our new Nospuuratu has gotten quite acquainted with these streets. So I'm sure we will all do just fine getting you home.
We fixed it then. Mikey?
I suppose we did.
As you all walk Meowlin to their home, outside of their home, there seems to be a big to-do. The can openers are outside crying, talking to the police, demanding a search.
Just walks up.
The officer, the 911 calls are for children? This is a cat?
As you walk up,
cat.
Meowlin, they see you crying, pick you up, smother you with kisses. They have
I give a belly roll. Signature move.
They swaddle you in a blanket. They're like, oh my god, we're so worried. You're our baby.
I don't think she's ever going to come outside again.
No.
Probably not. We'll see. We'll see.
You never know.
I miss you so much.
Poor Mikey.
Shelley, you make it back to the bookstore.
Well,
They left the door open for you, knowing you'd probably come back. It's not the first time you escaped, but
take care of yourselves, friends.
No, yes. I'll
I
see
believe-
you around.
Yes. And perhaps in the dreaming, we will see Mikey again. After all, Albert Camus said, "The cats sleep for days at a time and make love from the first star until dawn. Their pleasures are fierce and their sleep impenetrable. And they know that the body has a soul in which the soul has no part."
I'm
go
going
inside.
to pretend like I understood what she said.
It was beautiful. That's the
Oh,
important
it
thing.
sounded great. Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm sure you caught more of it than I did. Yeah, come on, let's get you home as well.
There's Nospuuratu as you make it home. You can observe and admire the fancy stones on the way with the cresting sun. The window is still left open for you to climb through.
Yeah, I curl up nice and tight up against Mina while she's still sleeping. And well, having started the game with it, it seems appropriate. The last we see of Nospuuratu is starting a very thorough bath because he needs it.
I'll say. Same. When's breakfast?
Yeah, and after having kind of made sure everybody made it home okay, Furriosa will just make her way back up to the roof of City Hall and just on her way let the other alley cats know that now there shouldn't be any weirdness going on in the center and that everybody can kind of go back to normal. And she knows that the alley cats, like, it's word of mouth, so they'll spread it around, so she only has to tell a couple. She makes her way back up to the roof of City Hall just to kind of look over the neighborhood again.
So you all go to sleep after a long, I guess it's a single day technically. A long day.
Man, a day so long it felt like 3.
Shelley, you wake up in the bookstore. It's the usual. You notice a can opener perusing the books. They walk by. They nudge the table. But then they reach over and calm it down and be like, they should really move this somewhere safe. And that is where we're going to end our tale. Y'all have
Can I add one last image?
Sure.
So we get one last shot of Nospuuratu curled up with Mina, and the camera pulls back out the window and past the tree in the front yard and angles down just a little bit. And as we fade to black, the last thing we see is the mailbox at the curb that says Harker on the side.
All right.
Which is me being very much a nerd, but Mina Harker is the very pale character from the book.
But of course.
Thank you all. All right, if you would like to give some outros, we can start with you, Jess. Do you have anything going on where we can find you?
Yeah, I'm Jess Floam, a voice actor, musician. You can find my website. It's linked over here, jestbu.bz, or follow me at jestbubbles. I actually have a Halloween show on October the 25th. I will be playing at a historic speakeasy, 1920s theme with a cosmic horror twist. So if you like Cthulhu, check that out on my Twitch channel.
Yuri?
Yeah, so hey everybody, once again, Yuri, that is Yuri, pronouns she, they. You guys can go ahead and find me at Yuri and the Beast absolutely everywhere. I am currently the marketing director for Tabletop Tale Spinners, which is a podcast and live show tabletop RPG place where we value diversity and we really advocate for diversity without tokenism. You're going to be seeing a lot of me there. Now that I've become part of the crew, they're not going to be able to get rid of me. So definitely check Tabletop Tale Spinners out. You'll be seeing a lot more of me there. A lot of really cool people. We take a lot of guests and play a lot of different systems. Most of it tends to be like horror themed, regardless of the time of year. So if you like spooky stuff, that's definitely the place to go as well. As for me, I am the most kind of active on Threads, so you can see what I'm doing there. For these last 2 weeks, I've had 13 live streams in 14 days. So you can tell October is my favorite month. I'm everywhere right now. So I'm not going to like list everything off, but definitely check out my Threads where I will be kind of posting where you can find me, so we can tell some stories together. And it was a pleasure being here on Sword and Key for the first time. So thank you.
Wonderful. Steve?
I'm Steve. I'm an actor storyteller in Pennsylvania. These are incredibly rare these days, but I'm doing a live in-person show this Saturday, doing some stories from Edgar Allan Poe at the Wolf Sanctuary in Lidditz, Pennsylvania, with actual wolves all around. You'll find me mostly playing one-shots all over the place, particularly at Miskatonic Playhouse playing Call of Cathulhu. But on the 29th, I'll be over on Nerds with Dice, running a game of 10 Candles. Just my first time, not my first time behind the GM screen, but my first time behind the GM screen on stream. So fingers crossed. And you can find me on the socials at Tall Halfling, or on Threads at Tall Halfling RPG. Thanks for watching.
And Ashley?
I'm Ashley J. Johnson. I am on the socials as at that Jackanapes. I'm an audiobook narrator. I've got a new production out just in the last few weeks. It's Pocket Full of Teeth by Amy Hardy. It's a wonderful gothic horror novel. You can find it on Audible and I believe other audiobook platforms if you prefer them. I'm also the co-host of a film criticism podcast called Film Broads. In the next couple months, we're wrapping up our 2+ year project, watching all of the King Arthur inspired movies we can find. It's been really fun. Most of them are bad, but that's the project. And we've got a very exciting new series starting in January. So you can check us out on the podcast places at Film Broads. It's been such a pleasure playing with Sword and Key for the first time. Thank you so much.
And I am Wilde, or you can catch me here on Sword and Key from time to time. Currently, I have nothing going on, but yeah, stay tuned. I would say congratulations to Ali Mac for winning our giveaway of the $20 card for for Friday Tea. And upcoming this week on Sword and Key, there we have Zenith, which is a 5e urban fantasy game at 4:30 Pacific tomorrow. On Friday at 10 a.m. Pacific, we have our Woodland Gods game, one shot. On Saturday at 3 p.m., it's Horizon's Call, which is another ongoing 5e series. Sunday at 10 a.m., we have Humblewood, followed by the conclusion of Night of Fright at 3 p.m. Monday at 3:30, we have a Cypher System game called Journey to Book's End. And Tuesdays are Baldur's Gate 3 night at 6:30. Right. So in closing off, and see if we can raid Rolly 5. All right. Thank you all for joining in. I'll see you all later.